Assalamualaikum, nama saya Muhammad Izzuan Bibi Muhtar. Nombor pendaftaran 03 DKA 23F1009. Saya akan terang sedikit tentang report untuk cost, contract dan estimating. Pengenalan sebelum apa itu construction industry. Construction industry, the industrial sector of production and trade associated with creating, restoring, updating and maintaining infrastructure is known as the construction industry. It is a factor in the development of a country, technology and technology, which regularly control the expansion of infrastructure sector, which invariably lead to the progress of country in terms of guaranteeing sustainability. Unfortunately, among the sector that generate the most weight at the moment is the construction industry. This chapter examines some of the way that are often produced in construction industry, as well as the resource and the risks associated with them. In addition, is make recommendation for ways to guarantee resource level or intonation of type of waste generated by the within sector. The next one is tender process. Tender process are often made in response to call for deal and no as tender by potential supplier. It extends the invitation to provide a product or service. In case of construction, the main tender procedure is usually used to select a point the main contractor will be carry out the work. Tender are now available for a wide range of goods and services, though as the procurement process has grown more complex. For example, in construction management contract, the client contract with several different trade contractors to complete the work, and the contractor may also take an additional responsibility such as design and management. Furthermore, the client can obtain certain goods and services directly from the contractor, or the contractor will do so through a tender procedure. Additionally, there are increasing pattern where suppliers are combined with under a single contract. On public project, this is seen in form of integrated supply team, which may consist of prime contractor, designer, supplier, subcontractor, facility manager, and so on. There are 5 types of tender process, which is open tender, limited tender, selected tender, pre-qualification tender or two-stage tender, and lastly tender negotiable. The next one is the contract. Contract is a legal agreement that specifies the parameter, expense, and term of a construction project. Is a construction contract. It is signed by the client and general contractor. This kind of contract outline the contract scope of work, the ability to subcontract any part of it, their pricing policy, how and when the work will complete, and any relevant work order to plan. 3 primary criteria commonly comprise construction contract is a fixed price, a contract that includes a set price or lump sum fee for all service provided, including all labor and material. So next one is unit pricing, a contract that outline the cost per unit, such as the cost per square foot or another measurement unit. Last one, the cost plus, a contract that requires the client to pay actual cost for the labor, material and other expenses, as well as fixed fee of a percentage of the total cost. The PWD contract are these conventional contract type that are based on quantity bills or drawing and specification, created for use in government or public sector, building and civil engineering project. With this considered form of contract, in general, it can be claimed that most of the risks have been transferred to contractor, and this is still the case with the 2007 version. Even though the form are thought to be slant in government favor, it clear that government has lost many court cases and contracts issued. Standard form is typically used in conjunction with standard administrative form that go with it. The form were created especially to use with contract form and frankly strengthen the duty form in terms of contract. The next one is clause implementation. What is clause? Clause is a specific term included in formal document like contract, policy, rule, or so forth. Usually, it's the shape of paragraph, phrase, segment, of chart that address a particular topic. Numbering clause make them easier to find later. A clause in contract usually deal with specific topic of parties understand. There are pre-defined standard contract clause that can be used to guarantee uniformity in meaning and interpretation, cut down on time that need to construct a contract, and draw a previous knowledge such as a case law. Uh, the clause that we got in for the report is clause 15 is insurance against personal injury and damage to property. Insurance again for personal injury and for damage to property is not a liability insurance. Policy for liability insurance is pay for any court fee and settlement that insured party must pay if they are held legally liable. Liability insurance covers typically does not cover contractual liability or intentional damage. For the case study, we got a article from a website news which called four worker injured in two construction site mishap in KL. Kuala Lumpur, August 16, four men were injured in two accidents at two construction sites in the city today. One is Persiaran Stono and other is Cheras. In Persiaran Stono incident, a 30, 34 years old man was injured in the left leg after a crane he was operating crashed about 10:30 a.m. at the construction site near at Vietnamese Embassy, Jalan Tun Razak Fire and Rescue Station. Chief Muhammad Faris Hussein said that man was struck in a crane with his left foot squeezed against a steel pile. Firefighter caught the pile and removed him at about noon. He was sent to Kuala Lumpur Hospital. He said we contact in other accident at site of the elevated Sungai Besi, Ulu Kelang Express, Wisuki project near Taman Corner Cheras. Three construction workers, all China national, were injured after a piling steel frame fell on them at 3:30 p.m. The Kuala Lumpur Fire Rescue and Department Operations Centre said one worker suffered a fractured right leg and another his left hand, while the third sustained minor injury. All three were taken to University Kebangsaan Malaysia Hospital, he said in statement. So the introduction for the study case is that the corruption still being an important economic driver of country has always been regarded as a hazardous industry compared to other industry due to the nature of activity involved at the work site. From excavation work to structure and interior work, workers are exposed to high risk or accident, mostly involving fall from height, hit by falling object, lifting operation, and electrification. Statistics from various agencies show a considerable increase in number of industry incident report for the construction industry, including death and permanent disable case. This paper proposed to address issue on safety and health at work in construction activity through the construction stage by deliberating how those issues being managed through the use of standard form of construction for construction project and adequacy of legislation pertaining to construction. The case study analysis is accuracy in engineering factor of growth of economy or any country is the construction industry, of which Malaysia as a nation is not left out despite its significant contribute. The industry is known to be incident from consequence upon the dangerous activity taking place at construction stage. However, occupational accident of diverse category do take place on construction site, resulting in fatal and non-fatal injury. This study was embarked upon by giving consideration to 30 fatal cases of incident that occur in Malaysia during a period of 14 months from September 2050 to October 2060 with the report extracted from the database of Department of Safety and Health (DOSH) in Malaysia. The research was aimed at discovering the type categories of accident on construction site with intention also give to the cause of accident. In achieving this, 30 cases were descriptively analysed and availing a relevation of 4 for high as the leading category of accident, and electrification as second, while the causes factor were discussed to be lack of compliance of worker to safe work procedure and neglect attitude toward harnessing themselves with personal protective equipment, which is PPE. Consequence upon the discovery through analysis and effort to avert circumstance accident in order to save life of construction work is recommended that the management should enforce the compliance of workers to safe work procedure and the compulsory of PPE during operation, while the DOS should embark on warding around the construction site for inspection and giving a section to contractor failing to enforce compliance with safety regulation. In conclusion, the study focused on fatal accident in construction industry in Malaysia, highlighting four from high and electrification as leading case. Lack of compliance with safety procedure and failure to use personal equipment were identified as key factors, leading to recommendation for stricter enforcement of safety regulation and regular inspection by the Department of Safety and Health to prevent future accidents and protect worker life. The last one, discussion and conclusion. The discussion, from the result of our discussion, the main cause of the accident is due to a lack of compliance with safety procedure and failure to use personal safety equipment. Therefore, the step that can be taken to improve player safety are service specific for provision adequate safety training to all employees, especially new employees, to ensure they understand our safety procedure in case of any possible hazard and risk. Ensuring that all equipment required by worker is provided in complete and sufficient manner, such as helmet, safety belt, personal protective equipment, which is PPE, and other equipment, and is used correctly and completely by worker. Next one, conduct a periodic inspection and monitoring to identify to and overcome any hazard or risk that may occur in the work area. Last one, ensure that all workers comply with establishment safety procedure and are always focused when carrying out dangerous work. In conclusion, safety is especially important to all parties, including manager, contractor, employee. Implementation of any safety procedures such as safety training, use of personal protective equipment, etc., is important to reduce the risk and hazard. All workers must also comply with all its establishment procedure and always pay attention to environment, cooperate and communicate with each other in doing to ensure that safety can be strengthened. With this, workers can make construction site is a safe workplace for workers. That's it for me.